Welcome to the Trading with Venus podcast, where we help you establish strong trading habits, generate consistent profits, and create the lifestyle you desire for yourself and your family. Now your host, Raman Gill.
Welcome to another episode of the Trading with Venus podcast. I'm your host, Raman Gill. Today I wanted to talk about something that is related to trading, but it's not a strategy. When we start trading, the most important thing that we focus on is the strategy. I want a winning strategy. I want something that works. Give me a trade setup. Where is this pair going to go? However, I have found that trading is not just about the right strategy. It is way more than that. There are many different nuances that go into trading. One of those is your mindset. Now, there are a lot of different mindset things that people will talk about, but one that I wanted to touch upon today is trading in the zone. We have heard this term. There is a book on this exact topic, and today I wanted to talk about what I have found to be true about trading in the zone. First of all, there is such a thing as trading in the zone. You'll find that getting in the zone is a very important thing, regardless of what you do. If you are working on a skill set, or if you have a skill set that you are practicing, you'll find you will be way more effective when you're in a zone. So what is being in a zone? Being in a zone is when you're in the moment and things just fall into place. Everything goes the way you want it to. You don't know how you're doing it, but everything just lines up perfectly. You get in at the right time. You see the opportunity at the right time. You take the trade and you know exactly when to get out. You actually get out at the right time. So you do everything perfectly, and it's not like you are forcing it. It just feels like it just kind of falls into place all by itself. Now, this is an experience that you may have had in a different area in your life, because being in the zone works for all areas of our life. So think of something that you have done. So let's say you're working and a day where things just go perfectly. All your meetings actually go the way you want them to go. Things that you're trying to present go perfectly, and you have that high, just feeling of that well-being where things are really working out for you and you feel life is great. That's what being in the zone means. Now, how do we get into the zone when we are trading? Now, there are a few things that you want to pay attention to if you do want to get into the zone. First of all, having a strategy that works. So strategy, of course, will be the most important thing. You want to have a strategy that works for you, that you're comfortable with, setups that you're able to see. So you do need to have certain amount of skill set in trading in order to do that. So you cannot just get in the zone with something that you have no experience in. So you couldn't get in the zone with driving a fast car if you have never really raced a car before. So same thing with trading. If you want to get in the zone, you want to have a strategy that has worked effectively for you. So that's the first thing, knowing what you're doing. Second thing will be then getting into the right frame of mind where you have no distractions, the TV is not on, the kids are not screaming in the background, and you are able to just focus on what you're doing. So you're able to just focus on your trading, you're able to check out the news, you're able to look at your charts, and you know what's going on around you. So that's the second step, making sure you're in the moment and you're focused on trading without any distractions. The third thing you want to do is to actually think about what's going on in the moment. So this kind of goes from the second step there. So a lot of times I find that we tend to either go focus on the past or the future. We don't want to do that. Once we are in the trade, you found the right setup, now you're implementing it, you want to stay in the moment. For example, sometimes we will be thinking about past trades. What happened? Oh my God, this trade, I lost it. I should have entered this trade here, or I didn't exit when it was a perfect time to exit, then it pulled back and went negative. All those things, we don't want to be thinking about that while we are in the moment in our trade. What happened in the past needs to stay in the past, because if you start thinking about what's happening in the past, we won't be able to focus at what's going on in the present. Let me give you an example of this. If you're a race car driver, race car drivers have to focus on what's going on in the moment. So let's say the person is actually in a race. In this case, person has to do several loops. It's not just about one. So they have to do many different loops, and they have to go around the corner. So if the person goes into the corner and takes the corner too wide so that they're too close to the wall there, in that case, the person thinks about what happened about them missing the corner, but if they keep focusing on that, they will actually miss the next corner, and they may not be able to accelerate back into the speed that they want to, or may not be able to go into the corner the way they want to. Or if they're thinking about the future, about the next trade, or even just us thinking about what it will feel like when the trade is done. And I do that sometimes. I will think about, okay, the trade's going well, price is moving in the direction I want it to go in, and I already start thinking about what will happen once the trade is done. So you're like, okay, it's almost there, 10 pips away, now it will hit my target, and then I will go do this and that. I'll talk to my husband, I'll tell him about this great trade that I took that day, and you lose the focus. Same thing with car racing as well. So instead of thinking about what happened in the past, the corner that you missed, if now you're in the last loop and you're in the lead and you start thinking about that trophy, if you start thinking about the finish line, what you will do after the finish line, about the wonderful girls with the champagne and popping the cork on the champagne bottle and all the confetti and the trophy that you will receive, if you start thinking about that, again, you have put yourself outside the moment. You're not in the moment anymore. So we cannot start celebrating if we want to stay in the zone. So neither can we focus on the past, nor can we start celebrating and do our winning rally. We have to stay in the moment and look at what's going on, because many times we are like 10 pips away, and that's when things will turn. Either price will just pull out quickly, or price just sits there and it just doesn't give us the last 5 or 10 pips. That's when we have to make that tough decision and say, let's close out the trade. It hasn't quite hit our profit target, but this is good profit, and let's take this and move on. So those are some of the things that you want to focus on if you want to trade in the zone. Knowing your strategy, being present in the moment, not thinking about past trades, and not celebrating your wins before you actually are there. Trading in the zone is a very important thing, and you'll find that the more experience you get, the easier it becomes to slip into the zone. But those are some of the things that you do want to pay attention to. No distractions, good strategy, don't live in the past, don't live in the future, and you will find yourself in the zone. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give us a thumbs up or leave a comment if you did enjoy this episode. And for show notes, please visit tradingwithvenus.com/podcast. Have a great trading week, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us today. With much gratitude, your show host, Raman Gill.